Hi, I'm Amanda from Coburn's, and we're gonna make a pinata cake today. So for our cake, we're gonna start with 3 8-inch rounds. You could probably get by with 2, but I like to make an extra big pocket to hold all of our surprise inside. So, what is our pinata cake? It's gonna be a cake, and we're gonna fill it with candy. So that when you cut it open, it spills out. Kind of like a pinata. So, I'm gonna start with my first layer, and I'm gonna pretty much leave that one alone. But my next one, I'm gonna cut a hole in it. And if it's a little scary to cut a hole and make it nice and circular, I'm just gonna use a little bowl to help make it kind of even. Make sure you leave enough around the edges to help hold your cake together. We'll pop out our hole. Okay. Put a little frosting now that we know where that's going to make it stick. I like to do the frosting after I cut the hole, otherwise it just kind of makes a really big frosting mess when you try to pick it up again. Okay. And then we want to get our next one. Okay, this one is going to go on top. But I'm just going to hollow out a little bit of another little pocket. Not a big one, but enough so that you don't have so much cake. A little less weight, so it doesn't get squished down. And you can put more candy, because it's good to have lots of candy. Okay. Put a little bit more frosting around the edge here to make everything stick. Now comes the fun part. Gonna use candy. I find anything that has like a coating, it's gonna stay kind of slippery. I tried using just chopped up chocolate candy bars, and they kind of all just stuck back together into a big ball. And it tasted really good, but it did not spill out. It just stayed in a ball. You can't cut through it really. So I'm gonna also add some chocolate chips and some sprinkles, because why not? We'll mix them all up. This will give us maximum spillage. So next I'm gonna fill her up. That is an entire bag of candy. And it's okay if it's up a little high, because everything will settle a little. I probably could put more candy, but we'll deal with this for now. Okay, so we got our giant cake and candy sandwich. Don't panic, if it's looking a little messy, we're just gonna cover it up. Pinata. So I'm just gonna put a little base icing around it to help keep it all together. And some on the top. And this part doesn't have to be pretty. Don't panic if you have crumbs. We're gonna cover it up with lots of fun colored icing. We just want to help it all stay together. Okay. So next, we're gonna want to make like a pinata, which has lots of layers and colors and little bits of paper. Obviously, we don't want to use paper, but we're gonna use some frosting. I have 3 fun colors, and you could do those big rosettes on the side. You could do ruffles, and I'm gonna use the coupler, so I don't need a bunch of fancy tips. It's just the coupler that holds in your tips regularly. Just gonna squeeze some Squeeze just like I'm making a border. Just nice and big. And then I'm just gonna have some fun and put a whole bunch of different colors. Until I get my whole cake covered. And if you want to do this for a baby shower and do the old reveal party, you could of course do, you know, maybe yellow and green pastels on the outside and then fill it up with some candy in pink or blue. So when you cut it open, it spills out your answer. And cover the whole top. Almost there. And fill in the last little bit. Okay. So now we've covered our whole cake. And you can serve it that day. I've tried just putting it in the fridge because, you know, if it's the day of the party, you don't always have a lot of time for making it the day of. So I've made one of these and I put it in the refrigerator, and the next day when I cut it open, it still spilled out for me. That wasn't a problem, because that would be kind of a disappointment. All right, so let's cut it open and see what happens. Pinata cake!